Do you know what the most painful thing in life is? It's not failure. It's not rejection. It's looking in a mirror, knowing you didn't give your best. Knowing your potential is still trapped, buried under excuses, distractions, and broken promises you made to yourself. The truth hurts, but truth also sets you free. And today, I'm here to tell you something no one else has said to you this clearly. Procrastination is not just a bad habit. It's a slow form of self-destruction. It steals your energy. It steals your confidence. It steals the life, deep down you could be living. And the worst part? It's not that you procrastinate. It's that you've gotten used to it. You keep telling yourself, tomorrow, knowing full well that tomorrow never comes. You start and quit. You dream, then sabotage yourself. But listen closely. Today is not just another day. Today is the day you stop the cycle. Not because you feel motivated, not because it's Monday, but because you simply can't keep ignoring what you know is wrong. I'm not here to give you feel-good quotes. I'm not here to say you got this and leave you the same. I'm here to give you a few minutes that could completely shift how you move in this world. No fluff, no temporary inspiration, just real tools, mental principles, and honest confrontation with yourself. Let's dismantle the biggest lie you've ever told yourself. I'm not ready yet. Because here's the truth. You don't need to be ready. You need to begin. And yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's demanding. Yes, it means giving up the illusion of the perfect moment and realizing life is not waiting for you. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to stop relying on motivation to act, how to rewire your identity to become unstoppable, how to use your own words to break mental paralysis, and how to leave behind your addiction to comfort and stagnation. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here because I've been there too, with brilliant ideas never executed, with huge dreams but zero momentum, with ambition sabotaged every single day by the same excuse. I'll do it later. So pay close attention. This isn't just another video. This is your turning point. And if you stay until the end, your mind will never operate the same way again. Today, you won't postpone your future. Today, you're going to face it. And when you finish watching this, you won't be able to lie to yourself the same way again, because you'll have realized something powerful. Procrastination doesn't die with more willpower. It dies with strategy, with identity, with commitment. And I'm going to give you all of that right here. But I'll warn you, this won't be easy, because we're going to rip out a pattern you've been reinforcing for years. We're going to attack the programming that's kept you living beneath your potential. Are you ready for that? Ready to stop lying to yourself and become the owner of your time? Then stay with me, because we're about to destroy procrastination at its root. There's an enemy that knows you better than anyone. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't wear a mask, it uses your voice. It says, not now, later. That enemy is procrastination, and it's become the silent thief of your life. But here's what's truly dangerous about procrastination. It doesn't just waste time. It turns you into someone who gets used to not acting. Slowly, without noticing, it transforms you into someone who starts things but never finishes, into someone who plans but never executes, into someone who dreams but never arrives. Napoleon Hill described it perfectly. A mind that is not controlled will drift. That drifting he spoke of, it's that state of existing without direction. You're alive, yes, but just going through the motions. Doing what's required, but not what you truly want. Dreaming big, but acting small. And the longer you stay in that state, the more you believe that's just how life is, when in reality, you're trapped in mental programming that's been sabotaging you all along. Because procrastination is not laziness. It's not a lack of discipline. It's a subtle form of fear. Fear of failure. Fear of success. Fear of discovering who you could actually become if you dared to act with your full potential. And unless you recognize that enemy, you'll keep justifying it. I'm tired. I'm not inspired. I don't have time. And every excuse you make makes it stronger. Your first victory against procrastination is seeing it clearly. Stop treating it like a harmless little habit and start treating it for what it really is, a saboteur of your destiny. If you want to take back control, understand this. Procrastination doesn't just go away. You have to destroy it. You have to replace it. You have to choose action, even when you don't feel like it. And that choice begins now. Most people don't fail because they lack talent. They fail because they wait too long to decide. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for more clarity. They wait to feel ready. And while they wait, life keeps moving forward. Napoleon Hill said it clearly. Success belongs to those who make quick decisions and change them slowly. So let me ask you, how many opportunities have you missed just because you hesitated? How many times did you know exactly what needed to be done, but you thought about it so much that the moment passed and the idea died? Let me tell you something. Thinking isn't always wisdom. Sometimes, overthinking is just a clever disguise for procrastination. So many people confuse preparation with paralysis. They think they need more information, more time, more inspiration. But what they really need is to make one bold decision and move. Because it's not about waiting to be ready. It's about choosing to act, even when you're afraid. The greatest achievements don't come from those who wait for perfect timing. They come from those who take action before they feel ready. And in that leap of faith, they rewire their minds. Pay attention to this. Every time you choose to act immediately, you are training your mind to trust you. Every time you hesitate, you are feeding insecurity, indecision, and self-sabotage. Want to eliminate procrastination at the root? Make small decisions right now. Don't wait to feel in control to move. Move, and that movement will give you control. Try this. Think of one thing you've been putting off for days, weeks, maybe even months. Now decide what you're going to do about it within the next 24 hours. Don't write it down for later. Do it right now. Treat it like a command, a direct instruction to your brain. Because if you don't take firm decisions, procrastination will decide for you. And it will always choose what's easy, what's comfortable, what keeps you exactly where you are. Today, I want you to make a decision that challenges you, one that feels uncomfortable, one that forces you out of delay mode. Because if you want a different life, you don't need perfect motivation. You just need one real decision. And you can make that decision right now. There's one truth no one tells you. You don't need motivation to start. You need to start to generate motivation. Most people wait to feel like it, but those feelings rarely show up. They only come after you move, after you decide, after you take that first uncomfortable step. Think of it like pushing a car that's at a complete stop. At first, it feels impossible. It resists. But once it starts rolling, each push takes less effort. That's momentum. And in your life, momentum is built right after defeating the hardest moment, the beginning. Napoleon Hill said it best. Consistent action builds confidence. And the opposite is also true. Every time you put something off, you lose energy. Your mind fills with anxiety. Everything feels heavier. So when someone says, "I just don't have the energy to begin," my response is always, start, and watch how much energy you create. There's a secret high performers use. It's called the micro start. It means you shrink the task so small that your brain can't resist it. If you need to write a report, don't say, "I'm going to write 5 pages." Say, "I'm going to write 1 sentence." Sounds ridiculous? Perfect. That's the point. Your brain can't fight a task that small. The goal isn't to finish the 5 pages. The goal is to start the motion. And once you begin, your brain wants to keep going. That's the power of momentum. What starts moving tends to stay in motion. So here's your challenge. Pick one task you've been avoiding. Not the whole thing. Just the first step. Is it cleaning something? Touch the object. Is it sending an email? Open your inbox. Is it working out? Put on your gym clothes. That's it. And if you do this again and again, something powerful happens. You begin to reprogram your mind. You're no longer the person who waits to feel like it. You're the person who acts, and then the feeling follows. You become a doer. Remember this. Action generates energy. Energy creates confidence. Confidence leads to consistency. And consistency makes you unstoppable. Your mind is like fertile soil, and every thought you repeat is a seed. It doesn't matter if the seed is good or bad. What you plant over and over grows. That's the real danger. Procrastination stops being a habit and becomes an identity. People no longer say, "I procrastinated today." They say, "I'm just like that. I always put things off. I'm not disciplined. Can you see the trap? It's no longer just what you do. It's what you believe about yourself while you do it. Napoleon Hill understood this. That's why he said, autosuggestion is the agency of control through which an individual may voluntarily feed his subconscious mind on thoughts of a creative nature. In other words, what you say to yourself with emotion becomes your truth, and that truth drives your behavior. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I'm tired, I can't focus, I always get distracted, your brain doesn't argue. It accepts. It memorizes. It repeats. But here's the twist. You can choose what you repeat. You can take back control of that internal script. And no, you don't need to do it with empty affirmations. You need one simple, believable, powerful sentence that describes who you decide to become. Examples. I act even when I don't feel like it. I do what I said I would do. My word is law to me. I'm becoming more disciplined every day. I don't wait for motivation. I create it. These aren't magic words, but they're mental programming. They're the first brick in the foundation of your next version. A version of you that takes action, makes decisions, and doesn't fold under the urge to delay. Here's your exercise. Write a short affirmation that describes the identity you're choosing today. Say it out loud every morning. Write it down before any important task. Most important, act as if you already are that person. Because if you don't change what you say to yourself, you'll keep living from the same identity. Remember this. Your thoughts shape your words. Your words shape your habits. Your habits shape your destiny. So start at the root. Rewrite the script. Take command of your mind. Imagine for a moment that you had a bank account that every single morning received a deposit of exactly 86,400 units. You can't save them. You can't transfer them to tomorrow. You can't request more. At midnight, whatever you didn't use disappears forever. That's not a financial metaphor. That's your time. 86,400 seconds. That's what you get every single day. And the real question is, what are you investing them in? Because every time you procrastinate, you're not waiting for a better moment. You're throwing seconds into a black hole. Do you know what hurts more than failure? Looking back and realizing you never really tried. The time was there, but you filled it with distractions, with excuses, with nothing. Napoleon Hill was crystal clear. Time is the most precious asset any human being owns, and the one most often wasted. We keep telling ourselves, tomorrow I'll do it. But tomorrow brings new distractions. And before you know it, weeks, months, years have vanished. The issue isn't the clock. The issue is that we don't feel the weight of what we're losing. No one sends you a notification saying, you just wasted 3 years of your life avoiding that dream. But the cost is real. You pay it with your peace, with your self-respect, with your future. You don't need more time. You need more awareness. You need to realize every minute you let slip away is a decision that says to your goals, you're not important enough to me. And if you don't value your time, no one else will. So here's your challenge. For the next 24 hours, track everything you do. Write down every activity, every block of time. Then ask yourself the brutal question, is this moving me closer or further away from the life I say I want? Because life isn't lost in one huge crash. It's lost in small daily choices that repeat. 86,400. You're already spending today's. What are you doing with them? There are moments in life when you only have 2 choices, act or disappear. Do you know why so many people procrastinate? Because deep down, they know that if they don't do it today, they can always do it tomorrow. They've left themselves a way out, an escape route, just in case. And that's exactly what keeps them trapped. Napoleon Hill discovered that the people who achieved the impossible had one thing in common. They removed the option to retreat. In his book, he talked about burning the ships. But let me show you what that really means. Picture this. An army lands on enemy territory. No way back. The commander gives one final order. Burn the ships. Now, the only direction left is forward. No retreat. No second chance. Only one outcome. Victory or death. When you eliminate the option of turning back, your mind enters a powerful state. Survival turns into focus. Focus turns into energy. and energy turns into unstoppable action. You stop wondering if you can. You start figuring out how you will. Procrastination feeds off easy exits, off the illusion of comfort, off the safety of maybe tomorrow. So if you want to truly change your life, create a commitment that scares you to break. Here's how to do it. Step 1. Make it public. Tell someone you respect what you're going to do. Post it online. Set a visible deadline. When someone else is watching, failure becomes real. Step 2. Put skin in the game. Invest money, time, or effort into your decision. Enroll in something uncomfortable. Make a payment that forces you to move. When there are real consequences, your brain stops playing games. This isn't radical. It's necessary. Because as long as comfort is an open door, you'll walk right through it. But when you slam it shut, when you leave yourself no choice but to move forward, that's when you discover who you really are. So here's your next challenge. Pick one action that will lock in your commitment at 100%. Not a wish. A declaration of war against your old self. And when you make it, you'll realize something powerful. There's nothing more freeing than burning the ships and marching into the unknown. Positive pressure. The kind that doesn't crush you, but propels you. Think about it. How many times have you done in 1 hour what you had postponed for weeks? Why? Because there was a deadline. Because someone was expecting it. Because you ran out of excuses. That's the power of positive pressure. Used intentionally, it can transform your life. Napoleon Hill observed something profound. When a man knows that others believe in him, his mind finds a way to deliver. In other words, when someone is watching, your word becomes action. So, you want to beat procrastination? Make it painful not to follow through. Here's a brutally effective strategy. Declare your commitment out loud. Tell someone you trust. Do it on a video call. Post it on social media. Not to show off, but to lock it in. Make failure visible. Make it count. Say something like, if I don't finish this by Friday, I owe you $50. Or, if I skip this goal, I'll post about it publicly. When the cost of failure becomes real, the action becomes real too. It's not about fear. It's about creating a system that forces you to move, even when you don't feel like it. Top performers don't rely on mood. They rely on systems, and their systems include external accountability. Because when only you know your goal, it's easy to negotiate with yourself. It's easy to delay. It's easy to say, I'll start later. But when someone else knows, your brain flips the switch. So here's your challenge. Pick one goal you've been postponing. Right now, tell someone about it. Send a message. Make a call. Say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to report back to you. Don't wait. Don't overthink it. Just do it now. Positive pressure isn't weakness. It's a high-performance tool. Because when someone else believes in you, you start believing in yourself more too. There will be days when you have no energy, no motivation, no clarity. Days when it feels easier to say, not today. But those who achieve extraordinary results, they don't rely on how they feel. They train their fire. They protect it. They feed it, even when the world around them feels cold. Napoleon Hill taught that enthusiasm is a mental state, intentionally created. It doesn't just appear. You build it. Like a muscle. Like a fire. Picture a campfire. If you stop feeding it, it dies. Same with your energy. So what do you do when your flame starts to fade? Here are 3 powerful ways to reignite it. Reconnect with your why every single day. Your purpose shouldn't be buried in an old notebook. It should be visible on your mirror, your lock screen, in your mind the moment you wake up. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? That question is spiritual fuel. Celebrate micro victories. The human mind is motivated by progress, not perfection. You wrote 1 page. You worked out even though you didn't feel like it. You said no to a distraction. Celebrate it. Note it. Acknowledge it. Celebration reinforces action. And when your brain starts associating progress with joy, you'll crave more of it. Create energy rituals. Don't leave your power to chance. Design your own ignition switch. A song that fires you up. A brisk walk. A cold shower. A mantra you shout in front of the mirror. Something that activates your higher self. Because enthusiasm isn't for the easy days. It's for the days when you're on the edge of quitting. Don't wait to feel it. Provoke it. Feed it. Train it. Make it part of who you are. Here's your challenge. Today, right now, create your energy list. 3 things that reliably recharge you. And next time laziness creeps in, don't negotiate. Use it. Because if you let emotion control you, you'll lose. But if you master your state, procrastination will have nowhere left to hide. Everything you've heard so far means nothing if you don't act. No affirmation, no strategy, no mental hack will save you unless you decide to make action your new way of life. Napoleon Hill said it best. It's not the big decisions that change a life, it's the small actions repeated with faith. Today is not about changing everything. It's about starting and not looking back. Anyone can take action for one day, but those who are committed to their destiny show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. So here's your final challenge. Pick one action, something real, something small but meaningful. Do it before you go to bed, and then comment it below. Make it public. Make it real. Make it yours. Because your life won't change with ideas. It will only change with decisions. And now, you already have the tools. You've seen the enemy. You know how to win. There's only one question left. Will you keep procrastinating your transformation? Or will you become the kind of person who simply acts? Everything you've heard so far means nothing if you don't act. No affirmation, no strategy, no mental hack will save you unless you decide to make action your new way of life. Napoleon Hill said it best. It's not the big decisions that change a life, it's the small actions repeated with faith. Today is not about changing everything. It's about starting and not looking back. Anyone can take action for one day, but those who are committed to their destiny show up every day, even when they don't feel like it. So here's your final challenge. Pick one action, something real, something small but meaningful. Do it before you go to bed, and then comment it below. Make it public. Make it real. Make it yours. Because your life won't change with ideas. It will only change with decisions. And now, you already have the tools. You've seen the enemy. You know how to win. There's only one question left. Will you keep procrastinating your transformation? Or will you become the kind of person who simply acts? If this message hit you deep, don't just scroll away. Subscribe to Napoleon Inspires and receive a powerful principle every day to wake up your mind, fuel your purpose, and master your destiny.